Welcome to this broadcast of the AAA championship matches from the Assembly Hall here in Champaign with Libertyville coach Dale Eggert. I'm Rob Sherrill, and we're going to have 14 matches for you tonight. What's going through these young men's minds right now, Dale?
Well, I think they'd like to get this thing going. There was an awful long opening ceremony, which was wonderful, but I know these guys want to get after it and get the nervous bugs out of them.
My name's Kevin Mallard, Russell 103, and I go to Stagg High School.
Me, Spraggins, 103, Davao West.
Well, we're underway here in the AAA finals. And right in the body lock attempt and almost slips the wizard is Spraggins with the first good shot of the match.
The scouting report on Spraggins, like we said, is.
And it looked like, well, no points yet. Wow, what a scramble to get out that. Spraggins
beat that first period takedown, because every time he gets brought down, he's switching, getting right back to his feet.
So now Spraggins will cut him loose.
Mallard's defense.
And he did it that time. 2 on the takedown for Spraggins as he got in deep. Now Malarick trying for the switch. Maybe a Granby off that. Yes, and he hits the switch, and now it's Malarick back in front.
You can see the really good stance going, reacting to
And
every.
you can see that he's afraid to tie up with him as well, and there's why. Because Spraggins really quick off that touch, but Malarick does have the leg. Unless Spraggins can spin, this is going to wind up being a stalemate situation, probably.
He's trying to get that left leg hooking it.
Down to 35 seconds.
I don't think.
And Malarick almost able to stand up with it. Now he does. Under 30, can he finish this? It was originally Spraggins' shot, and it's Malarick. And he goes to the double. Oh!
Now he's got to stay in.
Yep. He circles in.
10-foot.
Oh, almost a shot that cost him, but it will not. And by a score of 3-2, Kevin Malarick of Stagg is the 103-pound AAA state champion. Boy, that was almost a shot that cost him, wasn't it?
I'd be shooting singles in that case, not a double. Too spread out.
I'm Brandon Rubino, 112, St. Charles East.
Nicholas Drendel, 112, West Royal High School.
Now we come to a final in one of the more wide open weight classes here at Class AAA. In the black and orange singlet and red on the scoreboard will be senior Brandon Rubino of St. Charles East, and he's in on the single, trying to switch off to a double, and he scores with it.
Started out with
riding behind with the tight waist and a stall warning on top. Now, against Rubino. 3 seconds left in the first.
odd stall. He had the coffee grinder, had the arm extended, was off to the side. He was just a little too tight.
So 2-0 is the.
I don't expect that he'll ride him as much this time, right?
No.
Not after the stall warning.
Not after the, the stall warning will make him think a little bit about it. Rubino gets out to the side and takes him down again. Turn the corner on him.
Right as Drendel.
5 seconds of the second period, and he's controlled it on top. No stall warning this time.
No, that's.
And Rubino will take down, and we'll see how much Drendel tries to do on the top here. Start out with a tight waist.
If he's going to ride him, all Rubino has to do is cautiously get to his feet. That's what we expected.
Wants to try and hit that carry again. 15 seconds left to go, and they go off the edge there.
or quarter he put him on, could have done some damage.
And right to the leg is Rubino. He won that battle of the ties. 5 seconds. Oh, and well, I guess he made sure that if he got in trouble, he was going to be far enough out of bounds that 2 was always going to be able to give up. But it's over. And by a score of 5-1, Brandon Rubino with a state championship.
Brandon Rubino from St. Charles East.
Very smart.
Providence Catholic.
Danny Sabatello, 119, Stevenson.
We've now started the 119-pound match, and this is state champion Eddie Clamara of Providence. He'll be green on the scoreboard. He has the black singlet, and it will be a scoreless first period between Clamara and
Sabatello was on his legs, but then Schwartz would. There's your tilt that we were talking about.
And wow, not even a 1 count, it appears. But
in there, plant his feet and launch him. Pinned him twice off Sabatello's stuff.
Clamara stands up, and Sabatello brings him right down.
Cut him loose.
So he stops, and there is a tilt. And there's going to be points. Well, Clamara did get out, but a couple of seconds too late. And the tilt.
Seconds, and that's it. That earlier tilt that didn't get scored, I think, let the referee know it's coming again. And the ref was ready for it. Shane Morgan was ready that time.
Well, Clamara's stall warning. Don't want to put yourself in a position where a takedown can beat you. And there is the second stall warning. They didn't even wait for him to back off the edge. It's now 3.
Attack, and he didn't.
Okay, there was one there. And he takes, now he works Clamara off the mat. Drops down to the leg, under 30 seconds left to go. Hooks the leg. Probably won't be able to do this in bounds. Well, maybe he can. Shot. Sabatello standing his ground, staying in the middle, and reshoots, and that will probably be enough. The upset at 119, Dan Sabatello of Stevenson has upset Eddie Clamara for the state championship. Well, that was a real display of heart by Sabatello after that stall warning, wasn't it?
Yeah, he hit the shot he needed to, played the edge perfectly, and almost got the takedown. I'll tell you one advantage.
Jamison Oster, 125, Rockwood High School. Joey Gazinski, 125, Glummer North High School.
Both these wrestlers are juniors.
Gazinski was a qualifier last year, missed All-State by 1 match, and then took 6 as a freshman, but has had quite a season. And I'm sure it'll be a great match this time.
Both these guys, and right away, shot, now a reshot by Gazinski. Gazinski of Glenbard North. Now he's reaching in on the leg.
He'd better move it.
3, 2, 1, and runs out of time.
He picks that leg up in the air, I'd be having that thing moving immediately. And as we all know, here's where he's tough, on top.
And there's the tilt. Almost scored with it. Gazinski able to belly out on his base. Now he's trying to face Oster. He follows him back around and gets the head out and no change. Now trying to work Gazinski back down one step at a time here. Still has the leg. Trying to trip him back down. That doesn't work. Under a minute left to go here in the second period, and Gazinski trying to make that right shoulder hurt for trying to hold on to the leg, and he is out.
Excellent rally by Gazinski. The whole thing started, but nonetheless, that'll really test you, having all those close matches.
Second period is over. And it is Oster's choice, defending state champion Jameson Oster of Lockport, 3-1. And Oster now trying to stand up. Kaczynski thought about tripping him back down. Now he lets him go. It's 3-2.
And I'm sure the Glenbard North coach,
And Kaczynski trying to circle back in.
he needs to
7,
stay on, and he's doing it.
5, 4, 3, and the takedown at the end for Kaczynski. And by a score of 5-2, he is the state champion at 125 pounds. Now 47-0, heading into the duels.
Keith Serber, 130, O'Fallon Township High School.
Ed Cooper, 130, Providence Catholic High School.
But this is the quality win that matters right here.
As you said, his only loss was up at 35 to Chris Dardanus.
Right. Who we'll see in our next match. Certainly a match we've been looking forward to, and the single by Serber trying to work across and works it to a Granby. Oh, look at this. No points have been given yet. And it's 2 and more. This may be a fall for Serber. Look at this. It's not a fall, but it's a 5-0 lead with 30. Serber has done in the last couple of years. Working on the feet was the weak part of his style as Cooper tries to hit the switch. And
Cooper's got to make some, even if he rides him out, he's still chasing 5 at the end of the period.
now, the Granby for Serber again.
Might as well cut him.
Yeah, going with on the mat with Serber is just death. I just don't understand why guys even try to.
Just wondered, do you have any record of the number of defending champs that have gone down?
It has probably happened. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But it is 10-0 after 2 periods. I'm not sure I'm believing this any more than any of you that are watching it, and you already know what happened if you're seeing this. Cooper cuts him. It's 11-0.
I'm not really sure what he was playing. That's what I thought he was going to do, is take the feet.
There's a sweep single by Cooper, and he does finally score. Pretty hard to warn a kid that scored 12 points. Now, make that 14.
What an excellent
about it. Now there's a reversal for Cooper. 5, 4, 3. And, 2 seconds left to go. 1, and one of the most incredible performances in a championship final that I can remember in a long, long time. Keith Serber of O'Fallon led 10-0 in the second period, and a 15-4 major decision over the defending state champion Edwin Cooper of Providence.
From last year's third place match,
which Smith won 10-3.
Yeah, opened a door with a very exciting 5-point throw that I heard but didn't see. Turned my attention to it after the.
I was trying to finish that. Brings him back in. Brings it back to the center to try and finish it. Can't kick it out. But he switches off the double and gets it. So 2-0 for Chris Dardanus.
He deserves. Smith has been known to be a slow starter, and he got the early takedown and never made sure he never was in trouble again after that. Luke Smith
trying to reverse that loss in the third place match a year ago. He's Looks like maybe
He's kind of pushing him, and as a ref, the minute I see that, I'd want to give it to him.
switch attempt by Smith, and it's given. So this match, all Smith wants to do here is just freeze him out and take it 2-2 to the second period, and that's what happens. So, well, he's thinking about whether that's a good idea or not as Smith gets to his feet and breaks the hands, and he's out. 3-2 as Luke Smith for the third period.
Coach Powell says neutral.
He's going to take neutral.
I think Dardanus was thinking in 2 minutes, down by a point, I'll find a way out, but coach says no. Good chops. There you go.
And brings it right back down. Oh, nice whizzer by Smith to get out of there, but Dardanus gets the leg again. Tried to keep him in,
Get him back to the center.
but couldn't hit the trip. Probably going to try it again. Can't hit the trip again. What balance by Smith. And look at this. Now it's Smith's turn to hook a leg of his own. And a stalemate.
I think Dardanus might have blown his best
We're down
opportunity.
to 45 seconds. What kind of 45 seconds is this going to be?
Very aggressive 45. He's trying to snap and chuck and not expect a takedown, but look for a leg out of it.
Well, Smith needs to circle in right here, and there's the stall warning. Under 30 seconds now. And the takedown for Dardanus. How hard he tries to push the issue.
I believe he's going to hack hard and then drop low for a leg when he needs it.
Now down to 15 seconds. Smith trying to get to his feet. Down to 10 seconds. Smith trying to face Dardanus now. Has the whizzer in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Dardanus keeps the hold, the lock around the body.
That is
I
not
don't
one.
think
The
they're
hands
gonna
are
get
never locked. Unlocked. The hands are never unlocked.
He never lost the lock, so by a score of 4-3, Chris Dardanus of Oak Park River Forest is 135-pound state champion.
Hands, 140 pounds, Oak Park River Forest High School.
Eric Oyster, 140 pounds, Plainfield Central.
He's been a little bit more dominant this tournament than his brother. He has not had a close match yet. On the contrary, Oyster in the quarterfinals rode out Jake Residoria of Manuka in the ultimate tiebreaker. And then in the semis, he rode out Luke Nelson of Dardanus constantly on him. And Oyster has some nice shots of his own.
Scoreless first. Whoa! Wow. And the Tim Dodge says same time would expire. Anyway, it's a scoreless first period, and Dardanus will start on the bottom.
That is to Oyster's advantage. Take it to the mat.
Yep. Oyster, of course, wrestled 152 pounds much of the season. And as Dardanus off for him here, he's in the finals. Oh, a bad shot. But able to scramble out of it. Well, wasn't able to that. Well, still hooked onto the leg of Dardanus. No control just yet. And stalemate.
Is coming back to their home school, Jim Kappas of Plainfield Central.
Yes.
Like his home school. We got a stall warning.
And the funk roll attempt there by Oyster.
You know, if you do a hold properly, when a guy rolls, you just kick your legs back and put the weight on. He won't want to roll again, because when he does that roll and gets drilled midway through it, but not too many high school guys Matt man all his life.
It's 1-1. And the deep single there by Dardanus. Oyster again in with the whizzer.
Dardanus needs it up in the air. Oyster wants him down.
He's bringing him back in. And does the funk roll again, but he doesn't have an ankle, and Dardanus has the takedown.
That's exactly.
And Oyster back to his feet again. And 16 seconds left to go. And if he is successful, Nick Dardanus will become the first defending champion to successfully make it 2 straight. Now he lets Oyster go. 3, 2, 1. Of Oak Park River Forest wins the 140-pound state championship 3-2, and he joins his twin brother Chris as a 2009 state champion.
Max Schneider, 145, Chicago Lane.
Demetrius Mitchell, 145, John Hersey High School.
Okay, here we are, 145 pounds. Demetrios Mitchell of Hersey in the orange and brown singlet. Red on the scoreboard. He's 51-0. And in the green and gold of Lane.
He's been nailing those this whole tournament.
Mitchell in on the leg of Schneider. Schneider has a whizzer in, looking for a carry. And Mitchell finishes it for 2.
Both of these two, after many years of judo.
2-0 the lead for Mitchell.
He's got a very solid arm bar, and he's looking for the wrist underneath the belly, but Schneider's not giving it to him.
Ward trying to walk over the head.
One thing.
Let's go with the bar, and Schneider trying a sit out, and he's out. It's 2-1. And it was a throw, but no points.
Especially when Mitchell can get out the way he did.
Now it'll be interesting to see what Schneider will not try to do, and that's riding. Go in the second period. And half shot by Mitchell. Schneider trying to circle and gives up the position. Now can Mitchell bring him down? He can't.
He did everything he could to keep his hands from hitting the mat because it would have been too immediately.
Right.
And it looks like he might be able to save himself.
And a stalemate with 43 seconds left. And that'll do it for the second period. So, Schneider's.
I think his problem is that, tremendously, but on the bottom, if he gets that arm caught, Mitchell's go right back the arm bar. So good for him to get away.
Oh, right in on the single is Mitchell. Schneider trying to get out and step around. Now Mitchell. And Schneider with the 360.
Great counter by Mitchell.
Wow.
I thought Schneider had him.
Oh, but there's a bad shot, and it's 2 for Schneider.
Well, the stalemate the first time, but the second time they're hitting somebody for stalling. Who's it going to be? The bottom guy or the top guy?
Under a minute left to go, and Schneider cuts him. It's 4-4.
Fight for underhooks, but.
Uh-oh. He was in the worst position imaginable and almost hit the throw anyway.
Yeah, he's got that little judo step, and then he knows how to hop and block your leg. You can't jump off to the side like you're supposed to do.
You're right. You're right about that overhook. I thought sure that was going to be 2, and almost wound up being Schneider's points.
Now the fans are giving Mitchell the business because they think.
Mitchell right in on the leg. That's a deep shot. But the step over by Schneider.
He's there.
Back to the center. And okay, here's the flip.
I don't know that anybody's riding anybody out here.
Mitchell has the choice. Mitchell's going to defer. So Schneider will start down. I guess the question is, will this go 6 periods or will it go 7? We'll have to see. Schneider up to his feet. We're in overtime, and he's out. He now leads 5 seconds left now. Oh, and Schneider drops down the leg, but doesn't give up the position, and now it'll be Mitchell's turn.
So they're trying not to call it.
Well, now it's again, yes, that's
was
a good
up
call
there.
there.
He was up that time, yep.
That's a good call. Now he lets.
Oh, he's hurt. That's going to be a second.
Who will be the champion? Max Schneider of Lane Tech, and for Demetrius Mitchell of Hersey. Two warriors who gave it everything they had. We move on now to 152 pounds, and in the black and Columbia blue and silver singlet is sophomore Steve Congeny from Willowbrook, and he is 47-0. He's going against Luke Miller of Bear. I suppose Miller, one of the surprises getting to the finals here is period now. And Steve Congeny of Willowbrook will take a
The champ, I believe, 2002, was it? Or 2000?
yeah, I guess that would have been the
The heavyweight?
Benke and Roth days.
Yeah,
So, and
his assistant coach.
Miller trying to get to his feet, and Congeny cuts him.
Is on.
Miller with the stand-up. And Congeny. So looks like we're going to have a third period ride out. Well, he cuts him with 1 second.
I'm not sure why he did that. Miller wasn't going anywhere.
4-2 decision for Steve Congeny of Willowbrook. He is the 152-pound Class 3A state champion.
Sam Brooks, 160, from Oak Park River Forest.
Joe Strokia, 160 pounds, Hinsdale Central High School.
Well, tonight Oak Park is 2 for 2 in state championship matches. We'll see if Sam Brooks could make it 3 for 3. Wearing the trademark Oak Park Navy Blue, help state place winners this year. And Brooks won that match by in their conference duel by a score. Silver in particular was very strong this year.
This is a nice start by Brooks, just reaching in, grabbing a leg, putting a little dump on him right away. Speaking of the conference, you didn't forget about Lions, right?
Oh yeah,
Which is almost a junior-dominated team.
I knew you wouldn't if I did.
Yeah, because they're on a
Yeah,
schedule.
at two.
I would think that he's been doing it on the feet all tournament. And now that he's behind, we'll see how this is going to help him.
He cuts him, and it's 3-0.
Brooks has worked.
dominated Class AAA as a team last year. More of a individuals-oriented team this year, but nice shuck by Strokia, and he gets a takedown.
So if there's any, and with Strokia out shooting him the way he did, he could have an interesting third period. He's going to have his choice.
So
Stand up.
Thought about a tilt, did Brooks, thinking about it again, and there it is.
He got his turn.
2-on-1 tilt.
You pretty much normally know it means that you're going to have to get another takedown at some point in time.
So he now
Right where he was, on the elbow, controlling the elbow, on the edge. Here comes Strokia.
now down to 10 seconds. Whoop. That was a nice reshot. And Sam Brooks is your 106. Holds up 3 fingers for all the crowd to see.
You want St. Rita.
Third in the state last year at 160, Joanna Key of St. Rita. And in the blue and gold singlet from Neuqua Valley, Andy Spangler. Games as a running back and got hurt in the last one of those games. Akey gets the first takedown. He leads 2-0.
That was a situation where he got him on his knees, started running behind, and would not let it go.
So the first score of the match goes to Joanna Key of St. Rita. He'll take. Akey cuts Spangler. Try in the tripod.
Yeah. Now he's got an elbow. He's got something to work with. Wasn't sure he was going to get anything. I'm sure those guys got to know each other pretty well. Maybe that's where he kind of got into this pace of winning 3-2, because you're not going to score much on Charles Arden.
Yeah. "13 seconds left to go, and the stall warning to Key.
He's getting out right away.
And now
Needs to
trying
stay
to push
on.
him out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it. State champion in Class 3A at 171 pounds by a score of 3-2 over Andy Spangler of Neuqua.
I was forcing the action. Got out of position, got caught on my knees for a couple seconds.
Match didn't go how I thought it would, but it worked out for me.
Munster, 189, Grand Community High School.
Sterling Hecox, 189, Harlem High School.
Well, now we've reached 189 pounds, and here's a match that I think we've all been waiting for.
Little rematch of the sectional semis, and that.
And it looked like Munster just, right there with the high double is Munster, and just freight train.
One place Munster's been tough is on top. He's been tilting a lot of people.
Well, we'll see in the final match against Rasheen Lemon of Proviso West. He needed a takedown in the last 10 seconds to prevail 5-4 there.
The Proviso West coaches were absolutely concerned about a foot being out too. A lot of times the refs, when they see that foot out, they'll call it right away, but they wasn't in a hurry to get out. He is today.
There's another double. Once again, can't finish it. Hecox throws in the whizzer, and they.
But doesn't seem to be hurting him this match.
Hecox on his feet, and he's out.
On and the heat on.
Has the bear hug, trying to lift him up, and gets the 2.
He was very aware there.
And he cuts him. It's 5-2, and wow. Now Heacock's in on a single, a double. Munster fights that up.
Because he's winning tie-ups. He's staying in a good stance.
Might have been in his third state championship. Heacock shakes his hand. He knows he gave it everything he had. Championship.
Dan Keebler, 215, Leiden High School.
Matt Dwyer, 215, Hononegah High School.
Now he moved to 215 pounds. And in the gold singlet, red on the scoreboard is Dan Keebler of Leiden, fourth in the state last year. And he's old. He'll be green on the scoreboard. And
he does have a size disadvantage to Keebler, but with that first takedown, looks like he can handle it, the weight.
he does have some speed, as he showed on that. Now Keebler with a shot, and he scores.
All right, now
nice freight
back into it, though, did they?
Probably not.
Slick switch by Dyer. Yeah, let him go. I can imagine.
Now Dwyer drops down the single, tries to switch off to a double, but couldn't keep the feet in bounds.
Side by side.
Dwyer's right out. Wow. 4. Boy, where was that all period?
I think he did not want.
And he lets him go. It's 6-5. And
He must
that
have
will
known.
be the final.
Must have known he had a stall to play with. I didn't realize that.
So, the decision to go up to 215 pounds turns out to be a good one, and he decides he's going to pick up Marty Kaiser.
Video Infinity, IllinoisMatmen.com, and the Illinois High School Association would like to thank the following sponsors for their support: ISI Wrestling, the Wiseman Family, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Wrestling,
Jack Allen, 285, Hinsdale Central.
Jeffrey Brown, heavyweight, Evanston Township.
This match will wrap it up here in the Class 3A finals. In the white singlet, red on the scoreboard is Jack First period. Brown starts on the bottom.
Just keeps coming up. I think the big thing is to get this guy rotating, because if you just stand behind him, he will power his way up.
Allen gives up the... Allen does like to force the action. He's trying to do it here.
And that's how you do it. You hit the hard shot, get you. And he's got him flat. It's going to take some strength.
Allen giving away probably about 30, 35 pounds to anyway to Brown.
That's some nice hand control.
And Allen right in away. Doesn't want to give it up though. 3, 2. Well, that's how he lost the match at Hinsdale Central. He took a bad shot and got caught. And Jeffrey Brown of Evanston on a takedown in the last 5 seconds is the state champion. Wow.
I think that was a case of Allen going, I'm not winning the ultimate tiebreaker. That's going to Brown. I'm not riding him out. He's